Yes.
Yes, Master.
Yes, okay. Okay, good. Bharati's session on.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Masters. We have been having a lot of great discussion and understanding about how meditation helps in our journey and what Ascension is all about. The concept of the deeper concept as to how meditation helps in our individual evolution from the state where we are to the highest of its state, which is the enlightened state. On the same token, we also spoke about ascension process and what are the steps needed to get ascended to the higher dimensions or higher states. And followed by that, we spoke about the energy concepts and some of the other aspects as to how the overall influence will be there on us. Right now, today we'll talk about the karmic aspect as to how it is influencing, our body, mind conscious versus who we are as a soul conscious. One of the madam was asking last week about to connect on the subject, so I thought it may be appropriate to do it when there is a need of it. So that's why we are doing it today. It is also very much related. So, what is karma? What is karma? Anyone talk about it? What is karma?
The consequences of what we did.
The consequences of what we do.
Yeah.
What was that? Anyone else?
The results of our actions.
Reasons of our actions. Okay, that's one. Yeah. What else? Right. What is karma? Karma is nothing but memory in motion. Whatever you are holding it in your past, that is coming to you in present, or you're going through that in present, or you're going to get that in future. A cyclic process. At what stages this happens is the most important. You all said it's action, right? Karma is action. Karma not only happens in action, karma also happens at emotion. Karma also happens at mental state, which is when you are thinking through your mind, through your emotions, and through your actions, you create karma, and your words as well. So whatever you say, whatever you think, whatever you feel deeper within you, and whatever you do, all have impact on karma. The subtler the karmic impression, the greater the karmic intensity. So if you are doing mentally something very wrong about a negative thing or something you are feeling, you are thinking about someone's ill activity or something needs to badly happen to someone and all, right? You have not done it, but you have mentally have an impression. That's a real sin, right? So what is karma? Ideally, there are two ways to look at it. In a material world, when you do not have any kind of spiritual knowledge, you're not connected to any masters, and you're just living the life fully as a material person. In that state, most of us, again, the definition is more like a non-meditators, who are living in a non-spiritual world, looking at material world as a start, mid and finish. What is the expectation is for them, karma is not a lesson, karma is a punishment. When you become spiritual, when you start doing meditation, you will start to realize that very quickly we'll start to realize that karma is not a punishment, it is a learning process. It is a gift given to the mankind to be able to transcend what was not to be done, that you have done, and you have an opportunity to course correct it. That is karma. Now we know how it happens, right? It happens based upon your memories. It comes from your mental space or emotional space or the physical space. However it may happen, that moment it happens, you will have to go through it. What is the source for karma? Anyone? What is the source for karma?
Thoughts.
Thoughts, yes, that's one, yeah. But what is behind the thoughts?
Actions.
Actions. Mm-hmm.
Emotions.
Emotions, yes. See, these are the subtle entities that are acting upon by the source, right? You have to have an identity within you for these to show. When those things subtly act upon and you go through it, then you create that karma. So what is that source of everything is your identity towards it. When you are identifying karma, you are saying that I am the one doing it, I am the one seeing it, I am the one playing it, I am the one, walking, talking, whatever that action or words or, emotion, whatever you're creating, you have an identity for yourself. So what we are going to cover today is the two aspects of it. One is what are the types of karma, number one. Number two, how karma can be transcended, right? What is the right way of doing karma, right? How can I become akarma? Akarma means you do the karma, but you do not have any bondage towards it. And that is how you get that. That's part of your ascension. And that's why it is a very, very important topic, whether you talk about self-mastery, self-transformation, or any kind of self-healing. In any concept that you try to bring them together, it is the most important thing that you have to realize that without that karmic connection, it is not possible. That's why karma is a very, very important one. Now let's try to bring the concept together, right? For our understanding, let's bring the concept together. What are the three types of karma? We all probably know agami, sanchita, and prarabdha. That's what we call in Sanskrit. Agami is something that's happening in future. The future karma that you are able to incur, that's agami. Prarabdha is the present karma that you are going through it right now based upon the actions, words, emotions, and the memories that you have cultivated over a period of your lifetimes. That is prarabdha. And the third one is sanchita, which is the baggage that you carried over a period of lifetimes that has not come to this life yet. You will have future lives to go through it. Sanchita. Right? These are the three types of karma that every one of us will carry. And for me to get enlightened, or for you to get enlightened, that karmic cycle, that whole thing has to become zero. My sanchita, prarabdha, and agami should become zero. Now, the fundamental question that every one of us have is, how can I make my karma zero? right? It's a very simple ask. Hey, karma is the reason why I'm here. This entire world is operating in the only one universal law, the most powerful universal law that runs or governs this universe is law of karma. Without that, nothing can operate, right? When such a powerful law is enacted here on earth and every one of us is part of it, even the god, goddesses, whoever it comes down, right? They will have to go through this process, karma. Nobody is exception to this karma. So when I bring my prarabdha, I brought about 100 points, right? 100, number 100 karmas, right? Let's take 100 karmas. You brought it for your life, that you have to go through this life and you have to learn out of them. Every karma is learning. Every karma is a lesson that you are supposed to learn. So instead of learning the lesson, I am either avoiding it, number one, or postponing it, number two, or hiding it, number three, or suppressing it, number four. And fifth one, which is the most important and most likely the very source of it, is you're releasing it, number five. Either you suppress it, or you hold it, or you avoid it, or you kind of take it away, right? Why we do that is ideally not having the full knowledge on karma, what karma is all about, because we think that karma is a punishment. I'm going through a physical issue. Why is this happening to me? We think that we all know that it is because of the karma. In my past lives, I did something bad. That bad has come to me to teach me a lesson. Instead of learning a lesson, I am trying to find a way or opportunity to defy it. Universe does not have any condition towards it. We have to understand the law of karma is so powerful that it does not condition based upon your actions. The source of your karma will always stay intact until you release it with a lesson. If I am not releasing it and I'm continuing to postpone or defy or do whatever, it is going to go back and it is going to come back more powerful next time. So if I have my 100 karmic points that I have to go through in this lifetime, I have to make sure that I learn those 100 lessons. For example, I learned only 50 lessons. I did not learn another 50 lessons. On the same token, I actually created Agami, which is the future karma, in this lifetime. Instead of trying to execute my 100 karmic balance points and then release myself, I actually realized 50 of them. I added another 100 of them. So now my balance, a new balance has become 150. Instead of going back with 0 and trying to get your new Agami, you have actually added another 100. By releasing 50, by keeping the other 50 and adding another 100 Agami, when we leave this body from earth, you have 150 karmic points. Instead of 100, it becomes 150. That's how the lifespans will increase. So what is this based out of? How do I get a way to get out of this karma? The best way to get out of this karma, the only way, the best way, the only way is knowledge. Gnanagni dagda karmana. When you have that right knowledge, you are able to release the karma. The lesson will be learned through the knowledge. And when you get that knowledge, you will release yourself. You will be tested, but you will be released. Now, what is happening in my ascension process? What is happening in our everyday meditation that is what is going on. There is a challenge that comes my way. I don't look the challenge as a challenge. I look that challenge as a problem. The moment you start to see that as a problem, your mind creates a story towards it. It will put a victim card. It will label itself with the emotion. It will tell you that you have to either avoid it or suppress it or postpone it. Or it will say, hey, find a way to take it out, right? Without having anything, right? Now, when I try to suppress it, what happens? Suppression is nothing but you going to a doctor and using a medical way suppression. You are suppressing it. Without the knowledge, you are suppressing it. That's a medical. You're using medicines. Any type of medicine, doesn't matter. Other than using the natural way of healing, any other unnatural way of healing or temporary relief is all medicine, right? You put that in, you try to take it away. But what happens, in fact, the law of karma says, the universal law, nothing goes away. It suppresses to the point where the effect of that medicine is available in your system. As long as the effect of that medicine is in there, that problem will be contained. The moment the effect reduces, the problem will resurface. It's just a matter of time. So what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to, instead of asking the question, why me? You should ask the question as a spiritual aspirant, as a meditator, what is it trying to teach me? A very important and distinctive way of looking at life. Everything that is happening in our life, the question should never be why me or why now. The question should be, what is it trying to teach me? What am I meant to learn out of it? Because I do not do this, what happens? That karma goes up. In the earlier example, we spoke about 100 becoming 150. And then every point, every karma has a level. The intensity of the karma. When it comes to you first time, it comes at very, very subtle. The same karma comes again to you to teach a lesson, it comes little harder. Like that, every time it goes back and then you miss the opportunity to learn out of it, it is going to come back again with added intensity. And eventually it will make sure that you have no other way other than going through that karma. A lot of times we think that, okay, I got to go through this. I don't have any choice. You can go through this forever. Without knowledge, you will never be able to come out of it. That's the key here. Knowledge is the fundamental, right, to get out of karma. Now, when I am doing actions, when I am thinking about anything, when I am emotionally active, why I am incurring karma? Why is that? We said earlier, it is because of that identity, right? I have an identity of I am, I, right? I am doing it, I am doing it, I am doing it. That aham, I, ego, I, whatever it does with that authority to say that, okay, I am the one doing it, I am the one managing it, I am the one owning it, I am the one creating it, I am the one feeling it. Everything is I, the ego, the space of ego. When you do with that identity will be given a result. What is karma? Karma is nothing but a particular set of, whether it is an action, feeling, or whatever it is, you created that. Whatever you have created with that identity will be given the result of it. You have to also take the outcome of that action or that karma, whatever it is. You did a good karma, then that good will come to that identity ego. If you did a bad karma, then that bad karma will come to that identity ego. So now if we put that spiritual context to this conversation, and trying to see how this overlines with what we live and how we live, it is a very simple math. Whatever you have done in your past. None of us have authority to go back and change the past. Whatever the future may come, it is only a concept. You do not have future yet. Now, what is left out is the present, the now, moment of now, which is where you are. In this very moment, whatever you are going through, we should realize that it is because of my karma that my life has so many things. Whether it is good, bad, ugly, worst, whatever label you want to put, you put the label. The best of the best to the worst of the worst. Whatever the levels you have, it is because of your past karmas, what you did in your past. So the past is catching up in present, and with present, you are creating the future. Basically, you are designing the future. So if I do not address this in the present, if my past is not addressed in the present, that past will become past plus plus in future. It is as simple as that. This is the math. If I have a issue, hey, I have got this 1 plus 1, I need to figure it out. That came from my past. In the present, if I don't do that, that 1 plus 1 will add another 1 and will become that as your future. You cannot get out of it. It is very important that we realize the concept of karma is not to put you through the test. The concept of karma is for you to have that knowledge so that your soul starts to evolve. Why is that karma applicable in every given moment or every given opportunity? Is your soul is witnessing how you are transacting in that state of karma. It has to evolve. It has to grow. For it to grow, it has brought few things. And those few things you are supposed to learn, not ignore, not avoid, right? Not suppress, and absolutely not prevent. Not put it in context at all. So what is happening, the question that we have to ask, what is happening is, instead of trying to attempt to understand what is going on, we are trying to get away from the situation. Whatever that karmic lesson that you're supposed to learn, instead of learning the lesson, we are trying to defend and prevent it, and trying to figure out a way to alternate course it so that you don't have to go through it. And temporarily we will succeed. No doubt about it, my dear friends. Temporarily we all will succeed. But eventually the karma will catch up to us. So in the context, whatever you are trying to do, however you are trying to bring it on, you got to be absolutely careful. How do I recognize my karma? How do I recognize something that is coming repeatedly again and again in your life? You should know that that is happening to you because you are supposed to learn a lesson out of it. You cannot run away from it. You cannot run away from karma. Right? Wherever you go, it will follow you. But what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take a pause, look at it, acknowledge it, accept it, and realize to release it. Instead, we find alternate means not to go through it. And hence, the pain always goes up. The bad karma, pain goes up. Good karma, the happiness will stay as long as your effect of that karma is on. For everything, it's all time bound, right? Everything is time bound. So what is happening is, whether knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, we are trying to avoid the karma instead of trying to get a understanding. That is why meditation is very essential. How does meditation help in this process? Is when you are going through a problem, instead of trying to resist it, for it to persist, you are observing it. So by observing it, you are transforming that karma into an opportunity where you are learning. Every karma, every lesson that is coming to you in your life is an opportunity to grow. I mean, any grand master you talk to, right? Gautam Buddha, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Ramana Maharshi, anyone, you go and then you sit with them, even Patriji, they will not try to take away your karma. They'll try to educate you. They try to give you the reason behind it, why you are going through. They will help you understand why it is important that you don't run away. You are supposed to face it. No one can take out your karma. You may see that masters may help in some ways or other. They're not helping you. They are just postponing it. Instead of this movement happening now, they're saying that take this movement into the future lives. That way the soul and the body, mind, consciousness is eligible to receive it. No one can take it out. Your karma, what you created, you have to go through it. That is why our lives are choice. Everything is a choice. It is your willpower, right? Your will make the decision as to what you do and what you do not do. So based on that, whatever you did, you got to go through it, whether you like it or not. So masters will help you get this knowledge, number one, give you an opportunity to go through it and help you while you are going through it by giving you more wisdom. And number four, if you cannot take it, they have ways to postpone it for you. They'll say, okay, take it in the 2 lifetimes over. That way he's ready to take this challenge and go through it, in a way that he learns out of it. There's a good way of learning for him. That's pretty much it. Other than that, they cannot do anything much. So if I look at the concept, hey, I am the one creating the karma, I am the one sustaining the karma, and I am the one destroying the karma. I have the authority, what I mean. So there is nobody like, a God is there, God is coming, he's gonna create it for you. And what he created, there is one more God who will sustain it, one more God who will destroy it or who will take it away from you. And there are other gods, demigods, who are going to come and help you in this process. There is nothing like that. It is all about you playing multiple roles as appropriate based upon your type of karma that you're in and the intensity of the karma that you're going through in. You create it. When you are creating it, you probably are happily enjoying it because you are not aware that it is going to come back. You did it for whatever reasons. But when that comes back to you, now you are aware. You're painful. You're going through pain. You're going through agony. You're going through whatever. And you want to get rid of it. And instead of trying to get the knowledge to get rid of it, we find alternate means to get rid of it. That is the reason karma always sticks to us again and again, again and again. It becomes a pattern. When it becomes a pattern, it becomes a routine, right? Through that routine is how life becomes more like, not having anything anymore. The fun is gone. So now let's talk briefly about how do I come out of this karmic cycle. Now we understood the karma, and the karma is applicable. Karma is only applicable to body, mind, conscious. It is not applicable to your soul. Soul does not carry karma. Soul only observes what the body, mind, consciousness is learning. It's a lesson. Karma is a lesson, right? So every time you sit in meditation, you have an intention. What is intention? Intention is nothing but unconscious karma. Sometimes you do it as, hey, I really need this to manifest, which is conscious. Sometimes you just sit, but your mind is already having something that you really wanted. You may want to buy a home, but you're sitting in meditation, but you're not asking it, but your mind is always on that priority. I need to buy a home, I need to buy a home. Then what happens? Unconsciously, you created it, and the energies will only go to that. So consciously or unconsciously, you're sitting in meditation. Whatever the one thing that you're holding as the highest priority, where your attention is at the highest level, that's where it goes on. So that is called karma. Whenever you are doing something, that is called karma. Karma is, in the general terms, it's an action. But before that action, you have a feeling. Before that feeling, you have an emotion. The emotion backed by your thoughts, right? The mental space. All these are aligned together, and eventually it comes out as an action. So the bundled of four things, right? The concept of thinking, where you are able to think it, the concept of feeling, the concept of doing, and the concept of being. Out of these three things, the first three are where you actually do it, and then you become that, whatever you become that. Now the question is, karma means I am doing it. You have an identity in the body, mind, consciousness. You have an identity that you carry, and you carry this identity towards that work that you are doing, that lesson that you're supposed to learn. And as long as that identity is there, whatever may be the outcome of that lesson, good, bad, ugly, it will be given to that identity. And that is what we call bondage. As long as you carry that identity, you will be given some package, right? Outcome of that. The results of it will be given to you as a gift. And you carry that for next lifetime or subsequent time when you have to go through it again. That is called karma. There is also called vikarma. Vikarma is basically the karma that you are not supposed to do. That is the bad side of it, negative side of it. You're not supposed to, you know, like, kill someone. You're not supposed to do bad karma. Even the bad karma you do, and then you have an identity when you're doing it emotionally, mentally, physically, you will incur that. And the third one, which is the most important one, is akarma, the very important one. This is more relevant for what we are doing, right? Meditation. You're supposed to become akarma. Akarma means, it's a very simple word. It means that you are doing it, but you're not bonded. That means the ego identity is not with you, right? There is no ego when you are doing it. You're just doing it and observing it, right? Then what happens? You release it. You're no longer bonded to it. So if you ask, how do I take away this life, my prarabdha karma, you become an observer to your karma. When you become observer, your prarabdha transforms. Learn to become an observer. Instead of feeling it, instead of thinking about it, instead of doing it, instead of being it, try to become that observer, the being aspect, which is the being aspect. So what happens in that case is the prarabdha will take a toll with you, give you the lesson, ask the question, what am I learning out of it? Be patient, learn the lesson, and become an observer. That way, it releases. It no longer takes control of you. The second way, which is the most important, is realizing that this karma, whatever I am going through, is only applicable to my body, mind, conscious. I am an eternal being. I am a soul conscious. This does not apply to me. Why do I need to worry? Why do I have to go through this? Let my body and mind go through it. Let me be the witness. That's the state we need to develop. In that case, karma cannot enter your system. That's probably the right way to do it. Otherwise, what happens every time you take one karma, there will be one more karma that's coming and sitting in its place. Karma creates karma. That's why if you look at the wisdom of all grand masters, they don't talk about karma. They don't talk about sankalpas. They don't talk about intention. They don't talk about manifestation. They don't talk about visualizations. They only talk about truth. Truth, but only truth. Why is that? Because they know once you learn one lesson, the other lesson will come in its place. The karma will come in its place. It is a vicious cycle that you keep doing your karma, you keep releasing it, new ones will keep coming and sitting. There is no end to it. This is a vicious cycle. So realizing that you are the soul consciousness, you have to at some point come to the moment to say that, okay, the knowledge is the only way to transcend it. You get the knowledge and you realize yourself that you are soul consciousness. At that point, whatever the karma, it will not bother you. You're beyond the state of karma because it is only applicable to body mind. And that's the one of the main reasons why you do breath meditation. Breath has the authority to take you beyond the state of mind. When you go and be in the state of awareness beyond the mind, that's when you realize your true nature, who you are. At that point, there is no karma. Karma is only downward. So, in the first sequence, you started to understand that karma is only applicable to my body mind consciousness. In the second, now you don't try to find yourself working with the karma. Analysis, paralysis, sitting, jotting down, how do I take it out? What do I do? How many doctors do I have to visit? What needs to come my way? What is that? What is that? All the drama will be done. And the second thing, which is all that is done, now you are ready to go take it to the next level where you are saying that it is, so I'm a soul consciousness. I'm going to go through it and I'm going to look for the lesson. I'm going to go to the cause of that karma, not the effect of the karma. I'm going through the effect right now, but I'm not going to put my attention on the effect. I'm going to put my attention on the cause and learn out of it. That's the right way to look at it. That is wisdom. And that comes when you sit and meditate. And the other reason why you should not have intentions when you're meditating is ideally your intentions will obstruct the flow of energy. When you're asking for something, universe is meant to give you something very big thing, and you intervened and your intention was a very small thing, then that small thing will only happen because you intervened. You're supposed to be a observer or a witnesser where nature is connecting with nature. Nature knows nature best. So what happens when I try to put intention, I'll give an example, right? I typically use this leg pain kind of a thing, right? It's a simple thing. You have a leg pain, you're sitting, closing your eyes, and you said, okay, I'm going through this leg pain. I want this leg pain resolved. I want this to be done, this, that, what is going to happen? All that energy, whatever you're accumulated, will go onto the leg pain, and probably your leg pain will get fixed. but you'll get more karma because there is no learning. Where is the learning? Instead, you should surrender and accept in meditation. You should surrender to meditation and accept in meditation. Just sit, that's it. Don't ask. Then what happens? You will receive the knowledge what you need, and the work and the healing that meant to happen to your leg will be taken care naturally by nature. So let nature do its job. You don't bring your mind. When the spiritual work is happening in so many bodies, why am I bringing my mental body alone and asking for things? Right? So again, this is another, conceptually, even the meditators fall for it, saying that, okay, I want a short term goal. I wanted a shortcut here. I wanted to not go through this problem. I have a way to, alternately take it out, in a fastest way. There is so much we create by doing some of this. That is all illusion. That's part of illusion, right? The more and more you fall in illusion, the greater the maya, the greater the karma. You don't hit karma with more karma. You hit karma with knowledge. That's the only way. There is no other way. That's the only way. So, having to bring that thought process, not just at the mental space, in every aspect of us, through your energies, and keeping that understanding that only through the lesson that I learn, I transcend that karma or that issue or the problem or the situation, whatever it is, you are able to have a happy and a celebrating life. Life is celebration. Why it is not a celebration for some? Because they don't see it as celebration because they're going through pain. And they think the pain, whatever is going through, they should try to get away from that. You don't get away from it until you learn from it. You brought it for yourself. You created it. Right? Each of us, every week, we are sitting in satsangs. Every, morning and night, we have Zoom sessions. Every one of you coming and joining, it is not by accident. It is by your own choice. Similarly, anything that you brought into your life, it is not by accident. It is by choice that you brought it. Because you wanted to learn a lesson out of it and you wanted to release it. But instead of learning the lesson, you're holding on to it mentally, physically, emotionally. So this is a very deep subject. I know we cannot, I cannot really put the thing in a 1 hour session here, but I think we have fairly covered the concept uh, of what it is, right? Living in Akarma, once you get the soul consciousness, you live in Akarma. That way you're not getting any more karma. The future karma is no longer there. The existing karma, you release it by becoming a witness, not going through it, but just learning through it, right? And then slowly your sanchita will come into your prarabdha, and then slowly that baggage will get released. That's how you get out of it, in the best sense of it. And the other way to look at it, let the karma happen on its own. I am not the one going through it. I am the one observing it. My body and mind are going through it because through that body and mind identity, I did something in my past and it is coming back to me now. So never fight with karma, never disown the karma, never try to shy away, run away, do nothing other than acknowledge, accept, and surrender. Those are the only three ways. Actually, acknowledge and accept is most likely same thing. Accept and surrenders are the beautiful ways. How do you get out, release that karma? All right, let's stop here and then we'll have if you have any questions, please do unmute and then ask.
I have a question. So
Yes.
you said like when we have a pain, like an example, we have to go to bottom of that. However, when, if, for example, if I'm having some pain, and when I try to go to bottom of that during meditation, it might take days or weeks because I might not be in that state of receiving. Till then, I have to suffer with pain, right? If I don't take any medicine, how do
Thing
I?
is, if it is a physical thing, if you have a scratch on your hand, if one of our bone broke, right, then you don't have a choice other than go to doctor. Your eyes are not, you have something happen in your eyes, right?
Mm-hmm,
For those physicalities, you have to go to a doctor. I mean, there is no other way, because you cannot just have your meditation energy fix your bone, right?
mm-hmm,
Where this becomes more subtler is your your psychic, where your mental space, because it is starting from the mental space. Everything that whatever is happening in the physical is only effect, right? The source of it is in the mental space. So when you sit and meditate, what happens, the energies will go to it automatically.
mm-hmm.
What, by you intervening it, it is not going to fast track. It is going to go through that process. Whatever
Okay.
the pain that you are going through, the when you sit in meditation, the energies will go to that pain, healing will happen. But we should give that time. That time is what we need to learn, right? Saying that, okay, I that time is the learning. It will help you to give you that intuitions. It will help you to understand why you got this, right? How do you, that lesson has to be learned,
Okay.
right? I kill somebody, and something meant to happen to me, that I have to go through that pain or suffering what the other person went through. Then that lesson will come to me, and instead of trying to sit and learn out of it, I try to take it out and then say, hey, this is like, I got to get out of it, this is why I'm doing it. What happens, okay, you did it, then next one will come. So you're not doing meditation to take away your karmas, though, right? You're doing meditation for enlightenment.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the
Um,
important one.
okay.
Okay, yeah.
Mm.
Sir, I have
Dear
a
sir.
question too, sir.
Yes, please
On
go ahead.
on the similar question what she asked, like how do we figure out what is there to learn in some particular pain comes to our body? Like we can sit in the meditation and try to figure it out, but it may not. You may not get the answer in some time. So how do you figure out what is the lesson we
See,
have
the
to
thing
learn?
is, it is right. It's a good point, right? Good question. The question is, it's not just sitting in meditation you learn it. You will learn out of it by taking a pause at it, by looking at it to say, okay, what am I doing wrong here? What am I supposed to do? Right? Sometimes you have a stomach ache, and then we sit and we do, right? Hey, what am I doing here? What am I eating? What's going on here, right? Why this stomach is aching for me again and again, right? What is going on, right? Then you start to observe it. Then you will realize, you will have that knowledge to say, okay, maybe I'm eating things that are not really working for my system. I got to look at those things, right? And then figure out what is the triggering point. It is not in meditation. Even outside also you will have it. You just have to take a pause at it. Instead of pausing it, you keep adding medicine after medicine, medicine after medicine, saying that I'm going to fix it. You may fix it temporarily, but it will resurface again over time. So the point here is 2 points, right? One is your meditation is a natural healing will happen, right? Number one. Number two, there is a lesson that is supposed to be learned. Yes, the meditation is giving me the healing aspect of it. I'm able to cure that. It goes to the core of it, and it takes away all that, whatever is aching pain and all that. That's fine. But how do I learn the lesson? The lesson learning is through either intuition that tells you that, okay, this is why it is coming, a strong intuition, or outside you get some kind of a coded message or something that you realize, saying that, oh, okay, this is an important one, I need to start to look at it.
So can we ask the universe, okay, I'm sitting in the meditation, I'm looking for this answer. So
You can surrender it or accept it wholeheartedly. You have to surrender to it, saying that, okay, I'm ready to learn. Give me the knowledge, whatever is needed. I'm ready to learn. Right? Most of the time we don't do that, right? We don't do it with full heart, right? We don't do it with pure heart. We do it half-heartedly, and then we try to, cook the system. When we try to do the alternate ways, the natural way won't work anymore. Yes, absolutely. I mean, there is everything that we go through, your body will indicate it to you, your mind will indicate it to you. I mean, there are like so many signals that are out there, right? Even, like I said, stomachache now, right? I tell you thyroid, right? It's a very known problem in the adults. You are suppressing your feelings. That is the reason why your thymus gland, right? Thymus gland is blocked. Thyroid gland is blocked because you are suppressing. You're not able to express freely. That is the knowledge. That is the knowledge capsule, right? That you need to bring that to make sure that you start to express, not suppress.
So if you start expressing yourself, do you think the
It
thyroid
will.
will go away?
Yes. Yeah. That's the lesson there. Thyroid will go away, and you have to be truthful to yourself. You cannot keep lying to yourself, right?
But some
Those are the
ailments
reasons.
come with the age, sir. Like, for example, like a lot of older people complain about knee pains. That comes with the age. Like, as you get older, certain pain comes to you.
See,
So,
knee pain is also expression, is also lack of expression. Knee pain, right? You're not able to express it properly, and you're not able to connect things together, right? Knee is a joint, right? Knee is a joint between your legs. So you're not able to accept it. So you should walk more or sit more or do whatever, right? It is a signal that is coming to you to say that, okay, I'm ready here. I have given you enough signals. You have not listened to me. Now I'm going to shut down. And when it shuts down, that's when we realize that, okay, something is really bad. I need to take care of it. But it's too late, right? Sometimes it may be done, right? Sometimes you have opportunities where you learn out of it,
hmm.
right? So like that, for everything, every disease will have a learning out of it. And then also, it's not just that. It's not just learning out of it, right? You also need to kind of make sure that you're not repeating it again. Hey, I did X mistake in my past, and today I learned Y lesson, and tomorrow I repeat that X with X plus 1, then it doesn't make sense. It'll come back again. So that lesson have to be learned, and you have to realize that you should not repeat that, karma again.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other questions, masters?
I have a question, Master.
Yes, madam.
So like, okay, example, if the person is not a meditator, they're just following the path of Bhakti Marga or something. So they don't know how to, if karma comes to their life, they don't know that is the lesson for them to learn. Okay. So in that case, how can they learn? Because before coming to meditation, take me an example. Whenever somebody hurts me or any karma comes to me, I was thinking that, okay, I did this to somebody in the past. That's why it came to me. I was accepting it wholeheartedly. And every time when it comes, I deserve it. I have to face it. I have to suffer it. Then only that karma goes. In that way, I was thinking. So that is also wrong, right? I was blaming myself. I did nothing, but to satisfy other egos, I was accepting it. So I was blaming myself. I was hurting myself. So after coming to meditation only, the first lesson I have learned is self-love. I was practicing till now also self-love. Every day in meditation, I will tell affirmation. I love myself. I forgive myself. I release what I cannot control. I respect myself. So whenever I say, I feel that my soul is very happy and lighter. I get happy tears also sometimes. So my question is, if they are not a meditator, how can we tell them, okay, they are trying to avoid the situation. They are seeking for other alternative option to escape from the karma.
See, 2 points, right, madam? See, number one, if they are not meditators, there is no way for them to have that realization. Right? It is very hard, right? The reason is they are going through that process of karma. There is always pain in that. In that painful, you know, dual mind, it is going to be difficult for them to accept or surrender to it to say that, okay, I want to learn out of it. Right? Number one. Number two, even if you try to go, that's why, when you go teach, that's why meditation is a beautiful way to give them that opportunity to say, hey, here's one tool that's available that will help you to unravel your own mystery, whatever the mystery that is, right? You sit in meditation, you do it every single day for whatever time, it is going to heal it for you. If some probably may believe and say, okay, let me do it, let me do it. And then we have like so many, even in the masters here, right, who actually cured their problems with meditation, right, healing and all that. But most cases, what they will do is, depending upon the severity of the situation, they try to look for alternate means to suppress or oppress or whatever, right, repress it, trying to make sure that they don't go through that. But our role is not to make them, sit and do meditation. Our role is to give them or show them that there is a path like this exists. It is very important, because you are not supposed to take the karma by forcing them to do the meditation,
Right, right.
right?
I
So we
understood
have
that.
to, yeah, we have to be very, very subtle in that sense, that you are giving them an opportunity that, hey, there is a path out there. If you follow that path, yes, you will have everything taken care. But if you want to go the path that you have chosen, then it's your choice. See, always respect the soul choice, as to what the other person is making. We cannot force it.
Right.
Now, number two, on your question, right? Hey, I sit and ask for this self-love or do myself. Even telling yourself that I am doing this, everything that is happening to you is because of you. Period. It won't change by saying that, okay, I'm telling myself and all. You can have the affirmations just for your, again, affirmations are done at the mental space, right? You have to come to the heart space. That's when you start to realize that these things are happening at the body mind level, and you are at the soul level, and you should become a witness to it. That's the point, right? When a karma is happening to you, we try to intervene in that. You're not supposed to intervene. You're supposed to observe and accept or surrender. Both are same. Accepting, in the bhakti marga, you surrender. In the path that we are in meditation or in the knowledge path, you get the knowledge, you accept it. So by accepting heartfully, you are now allowing those energies to flow in, which will flush away that issue, whatever you're going through it. By not doing either of them, you are only blocking your own progress. And that is the knowledge. That's why knowledge is important. What you are hearing, what we are talking here is a knowledge. This knowledge should help us to say that, okay, whenever I have a situation, I'm not identifying with it. I'm saying that this situation has come to me because of my past. Now I accept it wholeheartedly. Now I want to learn out of it. Give me an opportunity to do so. And you just sit in meditation. You're not putting any intention. You're not saying that I need this, I need that, this one has to happen today, this one has to happen tomorrow. Nothing like that. You're just coming, sitting, with that pure heart, when you come and sit, universe will take care of it. That's the beauty.
Yeah, that's 200% true. Thank you, Master.
Yeah. So the more and more you identify yourself all the time, you're only increasing your identity of the ego space. When you are at a soul, there is no identity. You're only observer. You're only witnessing. Become that, go to that still. That's why stillness is the most important thing. Right? Even in meditation, we keep telling everybody, hey, please try to go to void state. Void state is the start of meditation because all of these things happen there. The deep healing happens in that space. It's a good one. Any other questions? All right, masters. If no questions, then it's about 10:20 now. It's almost over. So we'll call it a night. We'll see you all tomorrow or next week for yet another topic. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Master.
Thank you.
Thank you, Master.
Thank you.